Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. There were other things from my childhood that we played at to try to determine our future. I remember for a while we would look at the wrinkles in our hands, trying to discern a lifeline that would tell if we would live a long life or a short one. This week we're talking about such things and how they show up on occasion in the Bible. Since most things like this involve communicating with the spirit world in inappropriate ways, the Bible is pretty clear that witchcraft and sorcery and divination like this are forbidden. However, that left the people of Israel with a bit of a problem. How were they supposed to know what God wanted in particular situations? So there were some divination practices they used, and one of the most interesting is found in Numbers 5. In the book of Numbers, there are lots of rules and procedures for handling different circumstances. But in Numbers 5, something of a soap opera situation is described. Suppose, the text says, a woman commits adultery with another man, not her husband, but has gotten away with it. In other words, she cheated on her husband, but no one saw them, and there's no evidence. Nevertheless, somehow, the husband is suspicious that this happened. What should he do? Well, Numbers 5 provides the answer and a procedure to go along with it. Here is what is prescribed. The man shall take his wife to the priest with an offering of pure barley. There isn't to be anything else, no oils or perfumes, just the barley. This was called an offering of jealousy, because the man is full of jealousy for what he suspects his wife has done. The priest then takes the woman into the temple, scoops up some dust from the floor, and puts it in a cup of water, and from then on this is called the bitter water. The priest then dishevels the woman's hair, and then puts the offering of jealousy in her hand. The priest then takes the water in his hand. Then the woman takes an oath that if she is guilty of adultery, when she drinks the water will cause her great pain. But if she is innocent, she will be unaffected. There are a couple of other ritual things to do, but that's the gist of it. Remember that there were no witnesses to this woman's supposed misdeed, so the only way to tell her guilt or innocence was to rely on the one witness who sees all, God. And this was the method they used to discern or divine the secret that God alone knew. Who knew that was in the Bible? But I do think we need to be clear that the point of this kind of divination wasn't in any way intended to be magical or in order to see the future. Rather, this was intended and used to place God in the middle of our day-to-day lives. It was understood as a means wholly dependent on God to determine what had happened in circumstances when we couldn't humanly know what has happened. And it was done in trust, and especially in a trust of God's integrity and faithfulness to God's people. If the woman were innocent, then all is well and good, and the husband and wife could be reunited without jealousy. And if she were guilty, then she has been found out and caught in her iniquity. Now, I think if there's anything about this that speaks to our world today, it would be how seriously they took following the way of God. It was serious business for them. May it be serious business for us as well. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.